Forefront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Rising Hope Counseling, Bank West, Fisher Rounds, Billion Auto, AGE, Capital City Ford, Lincoln and Toyota, and Envirotech.
Back out for Barry. How about another one for Barry? You betcha! You betcha! 3 threes in the corner for Ryan Barry. She's got 23 tonight.
And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, CHS River Plains, Wheelhouse Auto Body, Edward Jones Financial, and Allied Plumbing and Heating.
And that pass is stolen away. Here is Keatles wide open. Whitfield slam for Lincoln Keatles. And a timeout taken by Coach Wilhelm.
Here Governor Basketball is also brought to you by Ferding Electric, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, Faith Lutheran, Lamb Motors, James Pharmacy, and B&B Equipment.
Tipped out. Terwilliger gets the rebound. They will foul her one more time. With 9.2 to go.
And just listen to them.
And what an atmosphere it was tonight here at Riggs High School.
And by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Todd's Electric, Graham Tire, Avera, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. And now with the call, KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here at Riggs High School. It is the first home game of the 2023-24 season. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as the Governors come in at 1-1. Sturgis Scoopers, they're on the court right now warming up for the first time this year, have not played a game. And Blake with the new coach, Coach Skinner, takes over the Sturgis program, not playing a game. There's a lot of uncertainty for the Governors to see what Sturgis is all about. So, and it leads to Sturgis right away maybe having a little bit of an advantage. Seeing the Governors play twice, this is their first game. Sturgis is probably okay with how this game can start because this is their first game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Sturgis brings out tonight. Because, like you said, new coaching staff. Basically, we'll see what they employ as far as an offense and a defense are concerned. But on the other side of that coin, having not played any games, you're probably a little bit rusty and you're eager to play somebody else, but you gotta shake off the rust that you built up over the course of the last calendar year, which the Govs were able to do that on their trip out to Rapid City. The first game of that road trip was not the cleanest, shall we say, for the Governors in a loss to Rapid City Stevens 44-39. But they were able to shake it off and bounce back and beat Rapid City Central 53-43 in that second game. So, it's a lot of it is, getting that first game out of the way and getting your feet back under you on the basketball court. And the Govs were able to do that last weekend. Like you said, Sturgis was able to look at some tape on them, but it'll be interesting to see what Sturgis brings out here on the court tonight against the Govs.
And the experience that the Governors got from last week is going to play key here tonight and play dividends down the season we go. But just getting those 2 games for the Governors, who have 5 new starters, only returned 2 guys for that playing time last year, Ty and Buss and Jed Zabel, who have varsity experience, come to this team again. But overall, it was good to get these guys in game, all playing together, and especially get a win on Saturday.
Yeah, it was. And I think the biggest thing with that, John, you got to see a little bit about, guys taking on expanded roles. Cade Kouser in that first trip out west, he was leading scorer in the Stevens game, and then he takes on the responsibility in the Central game of guarding Jet Janvrin, who is one of the lead guards out there for the Cobblers, and holds him, basically scoreless throughout the whole game. Cade only ended up with 1 point in that ball game, but he holds Jet Janvrin scoreless. So you're going to see a lot of different roles. You're not always going to have the same guy leading your team and scoring every night. I think it's kind of I've heard Coach Kouser say this is a pick your poison type of year, because you really have about 3 or 4 guys each night that can lead your team in scoring. Dawson Getz shot the lights out against Rapid City Central and was tied for team high with 16 points out there. So that's a name to keep an eye out on as well if you're a Governor fan. But like you said, 5 new starters, a lot of inexperience on the floor other than the 2 guys who were coming off the bench for last year's team. So it'll be good to be able to see a lot of these kids take on bigger roles and really see who's going to step up tonight against the Sturgis Scoopers, who, like you said, are playing their first varsity game. So we'll see who steps up for them as well.
The Pierre Governors, Sturgis Scoopers coming up here from Ricks High School. We will talk with both coaches. First talk with Coach Skinner of the Sturgis Scoopers, followed by the head coach of the Pierre Governors and Brandon Kouser. That's coming on the way here in the Rising Hope pregame show, as we will step aside, come back in 3 minutes, and have our conversations with our coaches. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
We might not be the largest repair shop in town, but we take pride in what we do. We want to make the experience as painless as possible for you, so we will work with your insurance company on your claim from beginning to the end. Locally owned with 50 years combined in the shop, Wheelhouse Auto Body will take the stress off of you. Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield, or contact them at 605-494-0436, 605-494-0436, or wheelhouseautobody@gmail.com.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, joining me is Coach Skinner of the Sturgis Scoopers. Coach, coming in, first game of the season, probably one of the last teams to get the season going, get underway, but how do you like that? Is that a positive to kind of see everybody else going and then you guys get an opportunity to play first here tonight?
Yeah, as a new coach, the extra practice time is super valuable. Our guys have been in the gym, working hard, beating up on each other all season long so far. So it's nice to finally get out here and get a game going where we can see some other people, not just beating up on ourselves.
Well, and Pierre has played 2 games. They won and lost, or they lost and then won.
Yeah.
But being able to watch film on them losing and winning, is that also a benefit to see how they respond both ways?
Absolutely. Kind of an advantage there is you got to see what kind of they're doing and kind of some of their personnel and tendencies and stuff like that. And they've never seen that on us. So, yeah, definitely an advantage in that sense. But we haven't had a chance to see how we play and fix some of the stuff that we've done, so that's kind of the disadvantage there. So, good and bad with everything.
What have you seen from this Pierre team? What strikes you when you watch them on film?
Big, physical. State championship football team for a reason. They got a lot of those guys on the basketball court. Push guys around, get to the glass. If you're not fundamental rebounding, they're going to get old boards. They're going to finish those right on you. So we got to take care of that.
So, especially in the first game, how much are you game planning to try and stop here? Or so how much are you saying we got to go out and this is what we want to do this year? How do you, especially first game as a new coach too, how do you handle that?
Yeah, I told our guys, we got to go out there and do what we do and then take care. That's going to take care of everything like that. We can't worry too much about what they're going to do to us. We got to be solid in our game plan, and if we're solid in our game plan, then we'll see what happens.
How key is it? Obviously, every game is always key to get a good start, but how key is it in the first game of the year against a team that's played twice? How key is a good start tonight?
It'd be awesome to get a win tonight, start off the season on a win, high note, everything like that. But like I said, we just got to go out, do what we do, and take care of business and let the chips fall where they may.
Going in here, some of your guys, who's kind of that first or couple players that you're looking for going into the season?
So we got a lot of juniors this year, no seniors that played for us, but guys like Ryan Heinert, Tegan Wormstad, Dalen DeShock, we're kind of leaning on those guys. And then supplementing them, Ty Ferguson, Ty Petracco, Carter Williams. They've all done a great job this year, and those are the guys we're going to have to lean on.
What's going to be the biggest key here to get a win here this evening against Pierre?
You got to rebound. Box them out, clear the glass, and then do what we do offensively. We do those things, we'll be fine.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck here tonight, and good luck this season.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
That is Coach Skinner of the Sturgis Scoopers, back with more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
We can look back at the game and see how we came to our position. This is Pastor Sam from Faith Lutheran Church. We can also look back at our lives and see how we got to where we are today. If you're in a tough spot or if things are going great, I encourage you to try this approach. Call a timeout. Get some advice from the best possible coach, from your loving God. Join us at Faith Lutheran Church for worship where you'll hear God's plan for the game.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Brianna Kouser. And Coach, you get a chance to get at home for the first time this year, 1-1 last weekend. But how nice is it to be at home and to get ready for this weekend against Sturgis and Spearfish?
Well, we're very fortunate to have the community support and the crowds that we get here, and I mean, it's a special place to be, so certainly I want to take advantage of the crowd and the excitement of our environment here. And so, but while being able to settle into what we want to do offensively, defensively, but at the end of the day, it feels great to be home, not be on the road. The boys have had an awesome week of practice. They've been really engaged and intentional of what we've been working on here. And last weekend it was a really good weekend, and a lot of growth took place. And we, from Friday night to Saturday, we had a lot of a solid response. I felt like from the things that we maybe didn't do the greatest on Friday, and I felt like we really were intentional with improving those on Saturday. Is it perfect? No. And is it going to be? Not yet, but it's getting there, and that's the process that you do. You don't want to be peaking at this point, certainly, and but it's that daily effort, that being intentional daily about those little things that make a big difference.
Well, and a lot of times at the beginning of the season, coaches like to just worry about themselves, and this one might be the best case scenario of still worrying about yourself, because you get a Sturgis team who has not played a game yet with a new coach, so you really have zero film on them at all. Even Ty and Bus, who played for Sturgis last year, couldn't even tell you what they're going to do because they got a new coach. So it's probably going to be nice to say, hey, let's not worry about what they do. Let's worry about us, and it's probably a lot easier to hit that point home because there is no film to actually watch.
Yeah, it's just like last weekend. I mean, Friday night or Saturday, our game, we were able to watch Aberdeen play Rapid City Central the night before, but we'll be able to do that with Spearfish for tomorrow. But tonight, we don't have any current film on them. We have a pretty good inside scoop from Tyan about personnel, and can kind of go off of that because they only returned 2 guys from last season as well that have significant varsity experience too. So that's something that we feel like, even though we only have a couple games under our belt, that's an advantage over the team that we're going to see, because they are very, very young and inexperienced as well. They don't have any seniors on their roster, and that's something we're going to lean on really this game, is that leadership. And we saw it last weekend, especially in the way that the kids responded and the attitudes that they had. But I really think that tonight, like you said, focusing on ourselves, we can assume some of the things, but that's all it is it's assumptions. And until we really get out there and play, something that we've tried to hit home this week is, at the end of the day, whatever they're running, we've got 5 guys, they've got 5 guys. Go out there and play basketball. You're basketball players, you're athletes, you can make plays happen. We stay solid on our principles, but then you've got to just react, and they've done a great job of responding to that.
Well, you kind of mentioned, too, to getting the game experience of last weekend and going from Friday to Saturday. So now getting to home and playing games 3 and 4, what's the next step for these guys that are starting, getting playing time for the first time? What's that next step to get better as the season goes on?
One of the things we really emphasized this week was our spacing, and we felt like we were somewhat congested last weekend from an attacking standpoint, cutting standpoint, being able to pass into the post. So we were really prioritizing our spacing offensively, and then our execution was pretty solid last weekend, I felt like, but we also manipulated our motion to have a little bit more structure while still having the freedom to create in the half court and be able to know a little bit about what each other is going to do, just because of that structure, but also being able to read the defense and see what they're giving us, basically. But I felt like our inside-out game last week was pretty solid. They really emphasized that, and that comes in a variety of ways. It's not just, people might think that that's just post-entry touches. Yes, that's a large inside presence, but but it could come from a backside flash or an attack. We really want to hit home, trying to get to that paint as much as possible. And then, last weekend we didn't finish as well as we would like to. I think that's an area that we can improve on. But at the end of the day, it starts on our defensive end and being able to create some opportunities like we did last weekend to get some simple scores in transition. And then when we don't have that, being able to execute our offense.
And then how key is a good start tonight to get things, with the home crowd here, to keep them involved early on? How key is a good start early on?
I think it'll be great there's going to be a lot of excitement, so maybe a little bit of nerves, some butterflies in the tummy, which is a good thing. That means they care. But once that tip-off goes, we've got to make sure that we're settling in, not letting anything rush us. And then I think if we can get started defensively being really solid and allowing that to propel our offense, that's going to really help us to get settled into that offense. And I think as always, a good start is never going to be a bad thing, certainly, but then we've got to make sure that we're maintaining that as well. Not just we don't want to have the hills and valleys. We want to be solid all the way through.
And the biggest key here tonight for the win for the Govs?
We got to win the rebounding game. And then, just those 50-50 balls that we talk about a lot, those have got to be ours. We can't allow them second chance opportunities because we didn't dive on the floor for a ball or we just tipped it instead of going up and grabbing it. So really finishing possessions all the way through, valuing the basketball, and then playing really solid defense.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time as always. Good luck tonight. I'll talk to you in the postgame.
Thank you.
All right, more of the pregame show next year on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder! Yeah, that hurt.
And there are epic moments.
Slide! Call it! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, we are getting set for tip-off between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean. And Blake, here right before we get going with the starting lineups, so national anthem and stuff, your final thoughts before we get going on what the Governors can do to get the win.
Well, I think you got to establish the post presence inside of Jet Zabel. Looking at the Sturgis lineup down the line, they really don't have a lot in terms of size or even experience. There's no seniors on this Sturgis roster. They start all juniors on the starting line. So establishing Jet Zabel inside, senior presence, I think is going to be key to winning this ball game. Along with spacing the floor, I thought Dawson Getz did a good job of that in the game against Rapid City Central, which allowed the Govs to pull out a win there. And I think the biggest thing is establishing the post presence, keeping it outside around the arc and limiting the amount of turnovers, and then defense and rebounding. Those are the big keys for the Govs tonight.
Pierre Governors, Sturgis Scoopers coming up here from Riggs High School. We've got the starting lineups. We got coming up next, opening tip-off coming up next. Governors and Scoopers from Riggs High School, the home opener. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Here, so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Verting Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verting Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verting Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verting Electric, 224-8684.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
We all have had to fix little things. Loose screw? Get a screwdriver. Nail coming up? Find a hammer. Bolt coming loose? Get some wrenches. Sometimes these little things tend to make us think we can fix big things. Plug drain? Call Allied Plumbing. Water heater leaking? Call Allied Plumbing. Sewer backed up? Trust me, leave it to the professionals and rely on your ally. Call Allied Plumbing. With 75 years of combined experience, it speaks for itself. Allied Plumbing. 494-2001.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors and Sturgis Scoopers getting set for tip-off as we go through the starting lineups. First for the Sturgis Scoopers, it will be Telgen Wormstad, the 6'1 junior, along with the Dalen DeShock, the 6'2 junior. Number 21, Ty Ferguson, the 5'11 junior. Number 22, Carter Williams, the 6'4 junior. And number 24, Ryan Heiner, the 6'3 junior. No seniors on the roster like both Blake and Coach Skinner had said. It's junior, sophomores, that's all they have on this roster. For the Pierre Governors, their starting lineup will look like this. It'll be Luke Olson wearing number 1, the 5'11 junior guard. Number 2, Tyan Buss will get the start, the 5'10 senior guard. Jet Zabel, the 6'5 senior forward. Number 5, Kate Kouser, the 6'2 senior guard. And number 10, Dawson Getz, the 6'3 junior guard for the Pierre Governors, as they will go from right to left on your radio dial. It will be Sturgis left to right. Sturgis wearing their black jerseys, Governors wearing their white home jerseys. We're ready to go on a Friday night. Glad you're with us. About 5 minutes earlier than what we are scheduled for a tip-off. We're never complain about starting a little bit early. Glad you're with us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Opening tip is away. It is won by the Pierre Governors. Dawson Getz will get it from Kate Kouser. And we're underway here on this Friday night. Luke Olson will throw left side for Kate Kouser. Man-to-man defense for the Sturgis Scoopers. Olson right side for Tyan Buss now. Buss on the right wing, kicks him top for Dawson Getz. Olson will start to drive, spin move with the left hand. Shot goes up, he is fouled, and he'll step to the free throw line 19 seconds in. And the Governors will have their first opportunity at free throws. A foul committed by Ty Ferguson.
Yeah, just a nice drive there by Luke Olson. It was interesting because the Govs kind of cleared out that left side of the lane, and that allowed Luke to drive on the defender, pick up the foul, and he's at the free throw line shooting 2. First one goes down. He's got another one coming.
Well, the Governors have 4 guys that are 3 guys that are averaging double figures, and another guy that has already scored 10 points in Kate Kouser. Olson being one of those guys that's averaging double figures, and he is 2 for 2 on the line. And that's where they didn't score a whole lot last weekend, but Blake, they've got guys that can fill up the score sheet. noticing by 3 guys and averaging double figures, another guy with the double figure game. Here's a 3-ball open for 3, and it's knocked down by Ty Ferguson. And the first bucket is good for the Sturgis Scoopers. They take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, just nice ball movement by the Scoopers. They find Ferguson, who was open, lost rotation there by the Govs, and able to pick it up was Ferguson as Zabel gets a post touch underneath and is fouled, and he goes to the line for 2.
So back-to-back fouls on back-to-back possessions. This one comes on Carter Williams. Ferguson in the first foul. Williams will pick up this foul, and Jet Zabel at the line to shoot 2. Zabel, another guy that's averaging double figures, had 16 on Saturday in that win against Rapid City Central. Knocks down the first free throw, and a good start for the Govs. Right now, the free throw line, 3 for 3, as they tie the game up at 3. And Zabel will go to make it 4 for 4 to give the Govs the lead right back, 4-3 on the American Family Insurance Pregame Show full line scoreboard.
And that'll be something to watch too, John. There's new foul rules this year, so fouls reset at the end of each quarter. So once you hit 5 fouls, everybody goes to the line for 2 shots.
Another 3 by Ferguson. This one missed and eventually grabbed by Jet Zabel. The ball hit the bounced high off the ground. Zabel gets the pass underneath from Bus. Misses the first shot, gets his own rebound. Second chance, and he is fouled. And another free throw opportunity for the Governors. This will be 3 trips down, 3 fouls, and 3 sets of free throws upcoming, as it will be Carter Williams to pick up his second foul. And there's a free throw line again to the Governors with 6:46 to go in the first quarter. Zabel's first free throw. That will rattle its way home, and the Governors are 5 for 5 to start for the free throw line. Jackson Cano will check in for Sturgis with the 2 fouls by Carter Williams. Second free throw upcoming here for Zabel. That one will bounce off the back iron and fall straight through. Okay, the Governors finding some luck in the home court right away on the free throw line. 6 for 6 to start this game. Here is Cano, make that Ryan Heinert that will touch it for the first time. He'll throw in the corner back for Williams. He'll drive in, kick it out to the top, and Cano will start to drive, kick it back out for Heinert. Pump faked an NBA range 3 that was going to be coming from Fort Pierre if you'd have pulled the trigger on it. As Heinert, with 6 seconds to go, the shot clock will throw it out top. It's going to go to the backcourt, and we will get a whistle. And a technical foul is going to be called against Kate Kouser. So with 6:13 to go, Kate Kouser must have said something that will be a technical foul against. That'll be his first foul, and the Governors are always seemingly finding technicals. New year, new season, same different way to get technical. Usually it's just the dunks.
Yeah, it's like you said, it must have been something that Cade said, because that was a turnover that he forced on Ryan Heinert there. And Cade plays aggressive defense, and he was pretty amped about that turnover. And like you said, it must have been something he said, because Heinert's going to the line for the technical free throws here.
First one from Heinert is good. So it is 6-4 now. And we've had just 1 made field goal. Kouser will check out, and it will be Miles Doyle that will check in. Second free throw from Heinert. That'll also fall through. So we are right now 8 for 8 from free throw, and just 1 made bucket, and then we got 11 points so far. I guess not a bad start shooting wise. And Sturgis gets bailed out too, because they returned that ball over and they get the ball back after the technical, because it wasn't turned over quite yet.
Right.
So now it's Ryan Heinert with the ball at the top of the key for the Scoopers. The 3 is up and buried by Heinert. Second 3 already here for the Sturgis Scoopers, and they lead 8-6 with 5:50 to go in the first quarter.
And now you see probably why Cade Kouser was playing defense on Ryan Heinert there, as Tyan Buss picks up the dribble and is called for a travel after the ball gets kind of knocked loose away from him. Turnover there for the Govs. Scoopers get the ball back here early in this first.
Cade Kouser will check right back in as Doyle will head to the bench. And the Governors with a down by 2 with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. As Heinert will catch, he'll step back and pull up for 3. That one rattles off. Grabbed by Zabel and a quick touch for Luke Olson. Up ahead for Buss in transition for 3. That's too strong. The rebound will come all the way out to the sideline. It's grabbed by Dylan DeShock. And Carter Williams will go up ahead for Heinert. Up underneath here for Cano. Throws it off the glass, missed the shot, rebound hung up there long enough where it's able to come back to the ground, didn't grab it cleanly. So Cano got it, back over left side for Heinert for three again. And another triple, three threes in this first quarter for Sturgis. They lead 11-6, 3 minutes in the ball game.
Yeah, Ryan Heinert's going to be a problem from the outside by the looks of it.
Kouser underneath can't make the shot as he turns and looks to the official. He's going to be careful, too, with already one technical. The eyes are going to be on him, and then there's going to be a foul the other way. And it's going to be Ty and Bus that will pick up the foul with 4:46 to go. It'll be the second foul committed by the Governors here in the quarter. And as Blake mentioned, too, the new rules, 5 fouls before you go to the free throw line in each quarter. It's not just the usual 7th foul in the half to get you to the free throw line the rest of the way, and it'll be 2 shots after you reach those 5 fouls in each quarter. This will be off the hands of Wormstad, and that will be a backcourt violation as Wormstad was the only one to touch it. And we'll turn it over with 4:40 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the Govs got to settle in here, John. They've got to get Zabel reestablished in the post.
Luke Olson will drive all the way. Left-handed shot is missed. Rebound will be fought for and grabbed by Heinert. Zabel had it for a moment but couldn't corral it. And another empty possession here for the Governors. Heinert from Fort Pierre knocks it down. His third 3 of the ball game. He's got 11 of the 14 points right now. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Kouser with 4:15 to go here in the first quarter. The 30-second break will keep it here on KCCR. And Blake, that's a quick onslaught of threes, and it's already quick to say, Ryan Heinert, you got to guard him no matter where he's at in the half court.
Yeah, that's Steph Curry range. Like you said, he's pulling that from Port Pierre, and that's nothing but the net. It looked like as he was taking threes too, John, that even the first couple, Ryan Heinert's got a good stroke. Both he was able to make it from the far corner over there. He hit one from the wing, and now he's hitting one from, between half court and the free throw line from the top of the key. The guy's going to shoot it from anywhere, and like you said, there's a reason why you probably put Cade Kouser on him right away, because Cade Kouser did a really good job on Jet Janvrin last weekend out in Rapid City against Central, and Cade's got to really lock up Ryan Heinert from here on out.
Luke Olson in the front court here for the Governors. Pass is turned over. It's going to be taken by Ortlieb, and then his shot is rejected by Olson, who makes up for the mistake. And while Sturgis still has the ball, that's a big block to maybe get some momentum back for the Governors, as Miles Doyle will check in for Ty and Bus.
Yeah, just kind of a telegraph pass there from Luke Olson, but he's able to make up for it on the defensive end, like you said, John, and block the shot.
Wormstad will catch it. Olson almost had a piece of it. Now it's Cano to the top of the key here for the Sturgis Scoopers. Ty Petraco will catch. Cano trying to find his way to give it back to Heinert, but it's taken away by Jet Zabel. He'll cross him over. Right-handed layup is good, and a foul. There's your first buckets of the ball game for the Pierre Governors. And Zabel's got a chance to add a 3-point play. He's got 6 of the 8 so far here for the Governors. And that foul committed by Jackson Cano, who had just turned the ball over for Sturgis.
Yeah, that's a good job of a steal and finishing the job there by Jet Zabel. Finishing through contact, and he's able to knock down the free throw as well. 5 of 5 at the stripe so far for number 3, and that brings us back to 14-9 here, just under 4 minutes to go in the first.
Governors are now 7 for 7 from the free throw line here in the first quarter. And now we get a foul committed by Cade Kouser, who popped Ryan Heinert in the head. I believe Heinert kind of moved his head into Cade Kaiser's hand. And that's going to be the second foul on Kouser and the third team foul. And Kouser will have to take a seat because you can't allow him to pick up a third foul with 3:30 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's and I get the frustration there by Cade, because really he hasn't picked up to me, I get the frustration because he really didn't make a whole lot of contact with Heinert. He just kind of put the hand in the face.
Here's a shot inside the paint, and that's good for Wormstad to make it 16-9. Logan Wormstad, his first bucket of the night. And Sturgis has come out here shooting the ball really well, and not just from the free throw line that the Governors are. Here is Miles Doyle trying to create some separation inside the paint. Cooper Twilliger, he will turn with the left hand and he'll lay it up and in. As Heinert fell over, a little bit of a flop from Ryan Heinert. So says the officials, and the lead is cut to 5 with 2:45 to go here in the first quarter.
My guess is they're going to set something up again for Heinert here. He's got the hot hand so far.
As Heinert will pass it for Wormstad. His pass over, comes back out to Heinert. He'll sidestep to his left, pull up for another 3. That rolls off, but Cano gets the rebound. He travels, and there is no call. You said the referee said he was juggling the basketball, and it will be Wormstad that will drive all the way with the left hand to lay it up. And it's going to be a timeout now taken here by, or is it, what do we have here? We got technical called against
Governors
the Pierre
again,
Governor bench. I believe it's on Brevin Kouser, who stood up to say something to somebody, and he got called for a technical. Because
I don't think that was allocated to a player. At least that wasn't. The officials didn't flash a number as far as who the foul was on, but you're right. I think it was on the Governor bench there.
So it's a 8-point lead. The Governors have had 2 technicals in this first quarter, and our first missed free throw, Heinert will miss it. He's 3 for 4 from the line. 12 points so far, and it's 19-11 with 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. I wouldn't say things have unraveled for Pierre, but things have been a little bit shocking for the Pierre Governors in this first quarter. They're down by 8 as Sturgis has the ball, driving the basket, the left hand, the layup is good. Foul committed by Miles Doyle. And it is a 21-11 lead for the Sturgis Scoopers, as it was Petracco that took it to the basket and got the shot to fall, and Doyle picks up the foul.
Yeah, that's just a good drive there too by this young Sturgis team. They're really taking it to the Govs right now. 21 points in just under 6 minutes of play so far. They're on pace for 80 at least.
This will be a free throw missed by Petracco, and the rebound will be grabbed by the Governors. Luke Olson in the backcourt. Left side for Miles Doyle into the corner. Drives it in the wing, out top for Dawson Getz. Now Olson will drive in, a foul away from the basket as Olson was driving, but it's still going to be 2 shots because that is the 5th team foul committed by Sturgis with 1:54 to go. That foul committed by Ty Petracco, and Luke Olson in the line for 2. Well, if this is how Sturgis will play this season, this is their first game, and this is how they play, I think there's going to be a lot of teams across the entire state that might be underestimating what this Sturgis Cooper team can do, regardless of how the rest of this game finishes out, as both free throws are good by Olson to make it 21-13 with 1:54 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a really, really hot shooting night to start here for the Scoopers, and like you said, I think the Govs just look a little shell-shocked right now, John.
Here is Ferguson with it for the Scoopers across midcourt. Looking for a backdoor cut. Instead has to go back out top to Jackson Cano. It is held by Petracco. Right side for Wormstad. His pull-up shot will fall again. And Wormstad's got 4, 23-13. Governors with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're down by 10. Olsen gets a screen from Dawson Getz. The pick and roll as Getz will drive in. We get a blocking foul committed against Sturgis. The Scooper bench was ready to erupt on a charge, but Getz was able to sidestep enough to pull the defender over, and the foul committed by Sturgis, and Getz will go to the free throw line with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. His first free throw is good, and the Governors still are shooting 100% from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's what's keeping them in this ball game, John, is, really the only 2 baskets they've made from the field were the Terwilliger layup and the Zabel layup early on.
Another free throw is good for Dawson Getz. It's 23-15 with 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. That foul was committed by Wormstad, by the way, the first of the foul. As Miles Doyle had it, and then he will turn it back over as he was tripped up as he got the ball. And we get a travel committed. And they're trying to figure out where the ball is going to be placed, but Dawson Getz will check out as Sawyer Sunshine will check in for Getz. And with 1:07 to go here in the first quarter. It's another turnover by the Governors. Third turnover so far this first quarter. Left side here for Petracco. Make that the Shack. Now it goes to Petracco on the right wing. And he will be fouled by Miles Doyle, who picks up his second. Into the free throw line again, it'll be Petracco, who's 0 for 1. And one of just 2 free throws to miss in this entire first quarter. We're closing in on about 20 free throws here in this first quarter between these two teams. 58.2 to go here in quarter number 1. First free throw is good from Petracco. So leads back up to 9. Bus will check in for Miles Doyle.
Yeah, like you said, John, a lot of free throws here for both teams. But Sturgis is playing. They're playing outside, and they're kind of playing a 5-out scheme, and they're able to drive and pick up the fouls. We'll see, a little bit more of a post presence here as Petracco knocks down the free throw to make it a 10-point lead again with 58.2 to go. But they're playing a lot of 5-out, and they're able to drive the lane and pick up fouls and get to the line.
So Ty and Bus here with it. The Governors down by 10. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Sunshine pass for Olsen at the top. Twilliger on the right wing. Right elbow extended out. That's a pass for Ty and Bus. Gets the pick from Twilliger. Zabel now left side. Olsen, Sunshine with a pump fake. Missed the shot, though, inside the lane. And then we get a foul on the rebound. And that's going to be on Jet Zabel. And so now we got free throws here for the Sturgis Scoopers again with 36.5 to go.
Yeah, that must have been on Zabel on the box out there. And Sturgis will go back to the line again, and they've got a chance to extend this to a 12-point lead here to end the first quarter as DeShock will step to the line here.
So DeShock now to the free throw line. His first free throw, first time for him at the free throw line, and that is good as well, 26-15. So the Sturgis Scoopers are 6 for 8 from the free throw line right now. Make that 6 for 8. And that second free throw is going to be good. 7 for 9 for the free throw line is 27-15 with about 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Governors on the other side are 10 for 10 from the free throw line. 19 free throws in this first quarter between these two teams. Shot clock and game clock are pretty much similar right now, and we get another foul and another whistle that will send the Governors to the free throw line. Well, this is free throw number 20 and 21. And even with the new foul rule, we'd still be shooting this many free throws in this first quarter.
Yeah. The refs are stop and play. They're not letting them play. They're going to call most of the contact that's going to be initiated by both teams as Olsen sinks the free throw. And so, we've gotten a lot of free throws, and the refs are saying this is not going to be a physical game. And we're going to, make this free throw shooting contest, and both teams have shot it really well so far.
The Governors making a 10-point game again, and thank goodness they've been able to make their free throws because they're 13 for 13 from the line right now. And they've just made 2 buckets each. Luke Olsen will take the ball away from Wormstad, and then he will foul Olsen again and go back to the free throw line with 6.2 to go. We're never going to get through this first quarter.
That's just good recognition there by Luke Olsen because Wormstad was content with setting up that last play. And he was looking back at the coach to get a play call, and Luke Olsen said, well, you're not paying attention, so I'm just going to take the ball away from you and drive and pick up another foul and head to the free throw line.
And Olsen makes the first free throw. He's got 7 points, all from the free throw line right now. Second free throw here from Olsen. The Governors finally miss a free throw. Down to 3 seconds, down to 2. A shot at the buzzer for 3, rolls off the rim. Ferguson double clutched on the shot as well. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. 27-18, Sturgis leads over the Pierre Governors at the end of 1. Back in a minute with the second quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor football, or Pierre Governor basketball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. At Anderson Rumsfeld Dental, we want to change the way your family views a dentist. Let us replace your dread of the chair with personal service in a friendly and inviting atmosphere. Using state-of-the-art technology, we offer porcelain crowns completed in 1 day, saving you time and money. Anderson Rumson Dental, located at 1521 North Harrison Avenue in Pierre. Experience dental procedures performed while you're in a deeply relaxed state, often with no recollection of the time past. Anderson Rumson Dental. Call us today at 605-224-6111.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kouser Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kouser Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
So 24 combined free throws in that first quarter as the Pierre Governors went 14 of 15 from the line, and Sturgis went 7 of 9 from the free throw line, and it's 27-18 at the end of the first quarter, which, by the way, if you're keeping tally and keeping the average, Sturgis is on pace for over 100 points tonight, scoring 27 in that first quarter. And thankfully for a lot of free throws, that's the reason why, as Luke Olson will get a steal right away. And then he nearly traveled, somehow did not get called for that travel. Jet Zabel baseline jumper is missed, grabs his own board. Rebound is swatted as he'll get another rebound, and then he will travel and turn it over. And back-to-back turnovers to start this second quarter for both these teams.
Yeah, and like you said, couple of turnovers to start. That was a good opportunity for the Govs to maybe swing the game back in their favor, but unfortunately just a couple of missed shots, and Jet Zabel tried to reestablish presence inside, and then another turnover here as the pass went, they were trying to get the ball into Heinert on the post, and it hits off of his leg, goes out of bounds, and the Govs will take back over.
So 3 turnovers to start this second quarter. This might be a difference of free throws the first quarter, turnovers the second quarter. Maybe at some point we'll have nothing but made shots in the third or fourth quarter. Tie and bust left side for Luke Olson as he drives from the corner inside, gets inside the paint. Right-hand hook shot is missed, too strong with it, and Heinert will grab the rebound. He has 12 points so far in this first half, all coming in that first quarter and all coming pretty early in that first quarter. As he stands with the ball right now, Zabel poked the ball away, but it's still grabbed. Another opportunity. Twilliger almost stole the ball. Now Heinert will drive in, forcing the contact, but he'll still make the shot to give Sturgis the 11-point lead. And 14 points now for Heinert here in the first half.
Man, he's been impressive. He can score it from every level, can Ryan Heinert, the junior.
As Olson goes the opposite way of the screen of Zabel. Throws it back out for tie and bust. Now as he gets to the top of the key. Left side for Zabel. His hook pass, trying to get it for Twilliger. Twilliger had sealed his man too far in, and that pass goes away. And another turnover by the Governors.
Yeah, like you said, just trying to get post to post. Zabel to Terwilliger on that one, but just a little bit of miscommunication. Terwilliger was trying to seal off his man, and pass travels out of bounds.
On the right corner, pass inside. Mashak will turn with it. His fadeaway shot from the baseline is missed, and the rebound's grabbed by the Governors. Olson will fly up the court, fakes the pass with a left-hand layup and miss the shot, and the rebound will be grabbed by Mashak.
Another good drive by Luke Olson, just couldn't finish off what was a really stellar drive there.
Heinert will start to drive. He'll turn with the fadeaway. That shot is missed, and the Governors will grab the rebound. Zabel will give it for Olson, and the second quarter has got a little bit more of a pace to it right now as Olson will start to drive the left hand, gets the separation, gets the shot to fall, and Luke Olson's got his first field goal, although he's got 9 points. That's his first field goal made tonight. 29-20, Governors down by 9. Wormstad will drive in the paint, missed it left side, rebounds grabbed by Dawson Getz. Governors get a couple of empty possessions defensively, grab the rebound, and they can cut into this lead. Zabel trying to get the contact, missed the shot, rebound will be bouncing off a couple players, and then Luke Olson will pick up the foul, trying to take the ball back away from Ferguson. And somehow Luke Olson only picks up his first foul tonight with 5:08 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, just fighting for the loose ball there, and it looked like Terwilliger was going to have a chance to pick it up, but the ball travels over into the far right corner, and like you said, Ferguson and Olson were kind of battling for it, and it looked like Ferguson had the position to it, and Olson bumps Ferguson, picks up the foul.
As Olsen will check out, so will Ty and Bus. Kate Kouser and Sonnenschein are back in the game. Free throw line just inside the free throw line. A wild shot missed by Jackson Cano. Kouser got the rebound, and then he lost the ball. Everybody's flying on the floor right now. Kouser will come back away with it. Shot clock gets reset, and it's Kate Kouser back with the ball again. Kouser will get the screen from Zabel. Pull up left elbow jumper knocked down by Kate Kouser. He's his first field goal, and the Governors are down by 7.
Yeah, good to see Cade Kouser kind of regain his composure after that one. Went a little too fast, but regained it and was able to pick up the bucket.
Shot is missed by Petracco, trying to go over the top of a much taller Cooper Twilliger. And now Kouser underneath for Zabel with the left hand. Missed the shot, trying to create some contact. The rebound will eventually be grabbed by Carter Williams. He might have taken an inadvertent finger to the eye. But it will be now Heinert pulls up for a long three. That one is missed. Heinert went down. Zabel had made the contact, and the referee allowed that play to continue.
Yeah, he tried to sell the call, did Heinert, and did a pretty good job of acting there.
Zabel will throw left side for Dawson Getz. Gets a screen from Zabel. Getz pulls up with a long shot, too strong with it. And then a foul committed by Sawyer Sonnenschein, his first of the ball game with 3:43 to go here in the first half. It is the second team foul by the Governors in this quarter. And Bus will check in for Dawson Getz.
And Dalen DeShock checks back into the game for Heinert. Heinert has been really, really impressive and been the reason why the Scoopers are up by 7 points here with 3:37 to go in the second.
A 3-ball for DeShock is buried. And Dalen DeShock's got 5, his first triple. And a 10-point lead again here for the Sturgis Scoopers in the first half. 3:20 left to go here in quarter number 2. Zabel at the top of the key, hands off for Sawyer Sonnenschein. Now left side for Ty and Bus. Bus will go the opposite way of the screen for Twilliger. Fakes the pass with the right hand left side. And Ty and Bus is on the score sheet. His first bucket against his former team. 32-24, Sturgis on top. A free throw line jumper is missed from Wormstad, and Twilliger will grab the rebound. And Bus here for the Governors across midcourt with 2:50 to go in the first half. On the right side, kicks it out top for Sonnenschein. Kouser to the right wing for Bus. Calls for the screen, again goes the opposite way. Now back to Kouser in the corner, works it back out to the left right elbow. Long jumper is missed. Zabel with the rebound, the putback is missed. His second chance, that is good. And the Governors have pulled within 6. And Zabel gets his second field goal tonight. He's now got 9.
Yeah, I think you need to establish Jet Zabel's presence in the post. That's going to be the difference in the ball game, especially with Heinert on the bench right now.
A screen here for Petracco. Sonnenschein had fallen down. He grabbed the steal anyway. Up ahead for Zabel. He goes one-on-one with Cano. Missed the shot. Rebounds grabbed by Zabel again. His putback is good. The Governors have pulled within 4. And a timeout will be taken by Coach Skinner with 2:06 to go here in the second quarter. And a big job by Sawyer Sonnenschein, who worked his way through the screen, had fallen to the ground, and the ball landed, didn't even land in his lap, dropped right in front of his face, and was able to grab it and outlet it to Zabel all while on the ground.
Yeah, that's a momentum play right there. It's going to come down to the 50-50 balls tonight, and that was won by Sawyer Sonnenschein, like you said, and he's able to get it into the hands of Zabel, who was able to go down the floor and finish not on the first shot attempt, but get his own rebound and then get the second one to go. Making this a 4-point game with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And if you would have told me that, the Govs would be in this game with 2 minutes to go in the first half, down 4 after the way that Sturgis shot the ball the first quarter, I would have said, you take that if you're Brianna Kouser and the Pierre Governors, because, holding Sturgis thus far to 5 points in the second quarter when they came out in the first quarter with 27 points, you hold them to 5 here in the second quarter. That's huge to crawl back into this ball game. Govs have really amped up the defensive pressure.
Under 2 to go now here in the first half. Governors trying to get back with a possession. They need a defensive stop here to make that happen. Wormstad, top of the key. Heinert catches it. We get a jump ball as Sawyer Sonnenschein again will force that jump ball, and another turnover by the Scoopers.
Sir Sonnenschein is really, really showing his value on the court and why Coach Kouser trusts him on the defensive end. A couple of huge turnovers forced by the junior.
Tie and bust, top of the key for Luke Olson. Governors can't cut it to a single possession here. Olson will drive the left hand. A shot. A foul is called, and he will go to the free throw line, as that will be on number 21 in Ty Ferguson. And Luke Olson back to the line, where he's the only Governor to miss so far from the free throw line. 1:39 left to go. First free throw is buried by Olson to make it 32-29. And Olson now with his 9 points, he's 10 points. He is 8 for 9 from the free throw line. Governors are 15 for 16 from the line here in the first half. Second free throw rattles its way through. Governors are down by just 2 with 1:35 to go here in the first half. 16 for 17 from the free throw line in the first half. Heiner will drive around Kouser. Didn't want to pick up that third foul. Heiner is able to get around him, gets his second bucket in the second quarter. Now busts the other way for 3. He stepped into it but missed the shot. Cooper Twilliger will track down the rebound. Now Kouser out top. He'll start to drive. Back out to Bus. One touch pass for Sonnenschein. Buries a 3 for Sawyer Sonnenschein. And the Govs are within 1, 34-33.
Big 3 ball for Sonnenschein. Good ball movement by the Govs on that possession.
Under a minute to go. There's an illegal screen called against Heinert. Another turnover by Sturgis. First foul against Ryan Heinert. And with 58.6 to go here in the quarter, the Governors can take the lead for the first time since early on in the first quarter, when it was 2-0. They haven't led since then. Luke Olson at midcourt here for the Governors. Started to drive on the left side. Will kick it back out. Opposite way of driving the screen. Now right side for Butts. He'll work it back out to the wing. Pull up for a long 3. Too strong with it. Rebound is tipped. And then Olson is falling to the ground. And then he is in some pain with 35.9 to go. Slow to get up. But he's able to run it off right now with 35.9. So in essence, Sturgis can hold for the final shot with the game clock and shot clock 0.9 difference. But Wormstown won't let that happen as he'll drive all the way to the bucket and lay it in to make it 36-33. Now the Governors can hold for the final shot, and with a 3, they can tie it here at the end of the first half.
That's just good recognition by Wormstad there, though, because what he did, he saw that Olson was kind of hobbling after that play, took it right at him, and put the ball off the glass on the right side.
Down to 7 seconds to go. Olson started to step back. Now he'll kick it back over Sonnenschein. Down to 3 seconds, down to 2. Misses the shot. Rebound is going to be eventually free for time to expire and to take us to the end of the first half. Sturgis is leading 36-33 at the end of the first half. The Governors outscore the Sturgis Scoopers 15-9 in the second quarter, but it is a 3-point lead for Sturgis at the end of the first 16 minutes. We will step aside. We'll come back and have halftime stats for you. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
We might not be the largest repair shop in town, but we take pride in what we do. We want to make the experience as painless as possible for you, so we will work with your insurance company on your claim from beginning to the end. Locally owned with 50 years combined in the shop, Wheelhouse Auto Body will take the stress off of you. Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield, or contact them at 605-494-0436, 605-494-0436, or wheelhouseautobody@gmail.com.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match-sealing takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com. Member FDIC.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. So as we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors are down at 36-33 at halftime. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we go through the first half stats. And the more important stats to tell you about is the 16 of 17 from the free throw line for the Pierre Governors in the first half. While Sturgis went 7 of 9 all in the first quarter. The Governors went 14 of 15 in the first quarter from the free throw line. And it's been all free throws. In that first quarter, Governors had just 2 made field goals in the first quarter and then only had 2 free throws in the second quarter, went 2 for 2. Luke Olson and Jed Sable each have 11 points so far here tonight. 2 points for Ty and Bus, 3 points for Sawyer Sunshine, who hit a big 3. Kate Kouser and Cooper Twilliger each have 2 for the Governors for their 33 points so far on the evening. On the other side for the Sturgis Scoopers, 16 points for Ryan Heinertz. Then it's 5 for Dalen DeShock, 6 for Telgen Wormstad, 4 for Ty Petracco, and 3 for Ty Ferguson for the Sturgis Scoopers, who most of those guys, those are all the starters, with Petracco also adding in some points as well for the Sturgis Scoopers. But Blake, in this first half, it has been all free throws being shot, and it's been the first quarter was really hard to get a rhythm. The second quarter, you could see the Governors get into a rhythm a little bit better than Sturgis can, and they were able to take advantage of the Governors, outscoring Sturgis by 6 to get the lead down to 3 at halftime.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest thing was, the first quarter of the ball game. Sturgis was just shooting the lights out, and you're coming to the bench after the first quarter if you're the Govs, and you're kind of shell-shocked by the whole thing because, you don't expect any team to come in and shoot the ball like that all across the board, especially first game against a Sturgis Scooper team with a new coach and no seniors on the roster. But the Govs were able to kind of weather the storm a little bit, amp up the defensive pressure in the second half, and really probably the biggest thing was hold the Scoopers in that second half to a total of 9 points, like you said, John, and that's what's keeping them in the ball game right now. That defensive pressure in the second half, on top of the free throw shooting, because that was probably the Achilles heel of last year's squad. Was other than maybe a couple of guys, the team as a whole collectively was not fantastic from the free throw line, and this team comes out here tonight and like you said, only 1 missed free throw in the first half. That's huge, and that's what's keeping them afloat in this ball game, because you take away probably 5-6 of the free throws from the Govs in that first half, and this is a whole new ball game that we're talking about, rather than being down by a possession to end the first half. So that wasn't one of the keys that I had talked about when we started the ball game, but it's playing a huge factor right now, is the free throw shooting of the Govs, keeping them afloat here in this ball game.
Well, the Governors have that 3-point disadvantage going into the second half. 5 turnovers for Pierre, 8 for Sturgis in the first half. With the Govs down by 3 at the end of 2 quarters, trying to get that second win of the season. And it's going to be a fight down the finish. It should be a good one coming up in the second half. And that will be coming up the way next. Back in 3 minutes with the start of the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors have a 3-point deficit, 36-33. The American Family Insurance Pretty Shuffle-Bind scoreboard. And before we get started with the second half, Blake, earlier last Sunday, Harvey Nas passed away, and obviously Nathan Nas, we got to know him really well, and Sam Nas, who's been part of the Pierre and Fort Pierre area as a trainer for both Pierre and Stanley County. Their grandpa, Harvey Nas, passed away. He's got the visitation tonight and the funeral service tomorrow, so we want to pass along our condolences to the Nas family, and a great man in winter, and you can't go to winter and not know a Nas down there, and it all just stems back to what Harvey Nas is able to do.
Absolutely, and as the Scoopers turn the ball over to start the second half here, you're absolutely right. SDPB Sports did a really fantastic piece on the legacy of the Nas family in winter, so go check that out if you haven't. But yeah, our condolences go out to the Nas family tonight.
There's a foul away from the ball that'll be against Wormstad. That will be his second and the first team foul here in the third quarter, with 7:42 to go here in quarter number 3. Now, even if you do come down to Winter with me for a basketball game, because the boys team will play down in Winter, Nathan Nas is going to join me for the call of
Absolutely.
it. So if you do come down with me, we'll have a 3-man crew for that basketball game, as Luke Olson will catch the inbound pass. So the invite is, I know you don't travel a lot of road games, but the invite is there for you, as Jed Zabel will drive to the basket. He misses the shot, but he is fouled. And the Governors will go to the free throw line for free throws 18 and 19 upcoming. And that foul against Dalen DeShock, his first. And Zabel, who is 5 for 5 in the free throw line, will step to the line again.
Is Zabel doing a good job of penetrating there as he misses the first free throw there. But I'll leave some room up there for you guys. It'll probably be a 2-man crew that night as far as the Pierre Winter game. Zabels misses the second one there, but he's able to get his own rebound.
So putback is partially blocked, and then off of Zabel last. And we get the whistle that will give the ball back to the Sturgis Scoopers with 7:33 left to go here in the third quarter. So the Governors, who didn't miss 2 free throws in the first half out of 17, they're 0 for 2 to start the third quarter. Let's go back and shoot at the other basket. Apparently it's not going to work out in the second half, or at least it's already worse in this first half, as Heiner will pull up for 3, and that one is missed, and the rebound grabbed by Kate Kouser. Good defense by Kouser in that possession. Luke Olson now on the right wing here for the Governors. They're trailing by 3 here in the first minute of the third quarter. Kouser to the top of the key for Ty and Buses. He'll catch, he'll drive left side. Into the baseline, back out top for Jed Zabel. He'll spin, move around. He will get to the basket. His shot again is no good, but he is fouled again, and will go to the free throw line with 6:55 to go here in the third quarter. And Zabel, who is now 5 for 7 from the line, will try and get the Governors within 1 again.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key to the second half is getting the ball into Jet Zabel's hands, letting him post up, penetrate the defense, and get to the foul line, because Jet's a pretty solid free throw shooter, as he's shown you tonight, as he sinks the first one, and he has another one coming here.
Second free throw here for Zabel. He's 2 for 2 on that trip. Governors have cut it within 1, 36-35. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. At the top of the key here is Petracco. They'll make that DeShock over the right side for Heiner. As he starts to drive in, Heiner will turn the free throw line back out for DeShock. And he'll turn left side, into the corner it goes for Ferguson. Back out for Heiner, steps back for 3. That one's too strong. Rebound is going to be a foul committed, I believe, by Sturgis. It is going to be against Dalen DeShock. His second and already the 4th team foul by Sturgis in 1 minute and 27 seconds in the third quarter.
And already the tide is kind of turning in the favor of the Governors this half. It's they're going to get to the line for the rest of the quarter with this next foul coming up for the Scoopers.
Olson will turn with it, and his shot was too strong. Rebound off the back iron is grabbed by DeShock. And it's back for Sturgis to try and increase their 1-point lead right now. Ferguson on the right wing, jab step, now he'll drive. He'll try and hand it off, the ball is knocked away, Olson will pick it up. 2 players for Sturgis go down. 5 on 3, gets for 3. Misses a shot, rebounds grabbed by Heiners. And the Governors had a chance to take the lead and had a 5 on 3, but Getz, who can knock it down from beyond the arc, missed that one. Heinert will drive in. His shot missed, it was short, and the rebound came back. And now we get a couple of guys tumbled together and bust along with Ferguson. It'll come back for Ferguson, up and under the basket, and it's going to be good for Carter Williams. And Williams will knock down his first bucket of the night, and it's 38-35.
And there's a couple of plays that go in the favor of the Scoopers there.
Here is Olson, left side, over for Buss. He'll pump fake, now he'll drive in all the way to the bucket, and he'll be able to lay it in. And Tyan Buss will have his second field goal. He's got 4 points, and the Governors have put it back within 1 with 5:05 to go here in the third.
Now the game gets tense because it's a 1-point ball game here, and they're going to deny Ferguson the ball, and Buss is going to pick up a foul, just trying to knock the ball away from Ferguson there. It'll be his second of the night.
So that's the first team foul here of the quarter for the Governors, as Ferguson will now check out along with DeShock. And it'll be Cano to inbound the ball. So you have Petracco back out there on the floor. And the inbound pass will go out for Wormstad, who's back out for Sturgis. Wormstad over the right side for Petracco. New shot clock here for Sturgis. As Petracco was denied the first pass for Heinert, now goes back out for Wormstad, and he'll drive in, kicked it out for Cano. Cano on the right side, spin move of the baseline. Again, now driving in a nice backdoor feed, but a foul committed by the Governors, and Petracco to the free throw line.
It's going to be the third on Buss there.
And Buss had lost his man. The Governors were looking at the ball, and everybody from the ball being from Wormstad underneath the basket, everybody had their head turned to the baseline. And Petracco came driving in, got an easy pass, but he misses that first free throw as Buss will check out and Cooper Terwilliger will check in. Kouser will stay in the ball game. Terwilliger will just take his spot on the free throw line. And now we'll have a sub checking in. Noah Schaefers will check in for the first time. It is the 6'9" junior Noah Schaefers that is in. As he goes up and will go against the 6'5" Cooper Terwilliger. Second free throw is going to be missed. The rebound will be grabbed by the Governors. Terwilliger boxed out Schaefers to the ground. As Luke Olson will play for Terwilliger. Left side, Zabel off the glass and in. The Governors have the lead for the first time since it was 2-0. 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Inside the paint, Wormstad nearly lost the ball, kicked it back out. There's a long three for Petracco. That's off the back iron. And the foul committed on the free throw on the rebound, which will lead to free throws. And Luke Olson will go to the free throw line. And if it was on Wormstad, which will be his third, and Sturgis was probably hoping that was going to be on Schaefers, who is playing for the first minute right now, doesn't have a foul credit to his name.
Yeah, I think Schaefers did get in the first half towards the end there, but you're right. They were hoping, the Scoopers were hoping that was going to go on Schaefers because, you know, this was his first time checking in the second half, and he doesn't have any fouls to his credit yet. Regardless, that goes on Wormstad, and Wormstad is probably the second option for the Scoopers. And Olson will sink the first free throw. He's got another one coming here with Sturgis picking up their fifth team foul here in this quarter.
And that was actually the fourth foul by Wormstad, too. I had him for three, but
I
he's
did
got
as well.
four, yeah.
Okay.
So 4:22 to go here in the third quarter, and Wormstad's got his fourth fouls. Olson will give the Governors their largest lead as he goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. A 3-point lead here with 4:18 to go here in the third quarter. 41-38, the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by the scoreboard. Driving right side, kicking it back out to the top of the key. As it's going to be the shock over left side now for Ferguson. Trying to put it to the back hand of Schaefers, and Zabel read that one like a book. Interception, now Getz the other way for three. Missed the shot, rebound is fought for. Won by Getz, his layup is missed. Rebound for Terwilliger, the putback is good. Couple of flying shots for the Governors, didn't fall. And then Cooper Terwilliger will clean up the mess and get a rebound to go up by 5 for the Governors.
And Sturgis is going to have to do some clawing back into the ballgame without Heinert on the floor.
This will be Ferguson getting to the bucket, missed the shot. Good job by Terwilliger, good defense by both the Governors, Zabel and Terwilliger. Then Zabel will sidestep him in. His shot's missed, and the rebound is caught by Kouser. The putback is good. He gets the bucket to go. The Governors up by 7. And we get a timeout taken by Coach Skinner with 3:21 to go here in the third quarter. 45-38, Governors are up by 7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by scoreboard. We will step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
We can look back at the game and see how we came to our position. This is Pastor Sam from Faith Lutheran Church. We can also look back at our lives and see how we got to where we are today. If you're in a tough spot or if things are going great, I encourage you to try this approach. Call a timeout. Get some advice from the best possible coach, from your loving God. Join us at Faith Lutheran Church for worship, where you'll hear God's plan for the game.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
So it is a 45-38 lead of the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by scoreboard with 3:21 to go here in the third quarter. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean with Jackson Youngworth back at the station. And Blake, this is the Governors finally getting into a rhythm, and you're seeing what this Governor team is able to do against Sturgis.
Yeah, and this is the kind of game we expected of the Govs, especially with a team like Sturgis, who has now kind of shown their hand. They're willing to play 5 out and play with a pretty quick tempo, and the Govs are matching that right now, and the shots that were falling in the first quarter for the Scoopers aren't falling anymore, and the Govs are able to make them pay in transition so far here in this third quarter.
Sturgis had their second timeouts. Ferguson will give for Heiner at the free throw line. His pull-up jumper is off left side, and Twilliger will grab the rebound, and the Governors will get able to give it along to Luke Olson, and they can extend this 7-point lead here with under 3 to go now in the third quarter. Kouser underneath for Zabel. His shot high off the glass. That falls through. And Jade Zabel's got 6 here in the quarter. And the Governors are up by 9, 47-38 with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. It is Ferguson on the right wing, on the right elbow for Heiner. Backdoor feed for Petracco, and he's able to get over the top of tall Cooper Twilliger. And Petracco will have his first field goal of the third quarter. And it's a 47-40 lead here for the Governors. Luke Olson, spin move around. Ball got knocked out of his hand, and it will stay with Pierre with 23 on the shot clock and 2:22 to go here in the third quarter.
And that last possession, John, the basket's going to go to Petracco, but that play and that bucket was set up by Ryan Heinert there. Double team him on the left elbow, and he gets it right to Petracco for the layup.
Cooper Twilliger will catch on a high pass from Jed Zabel, and an easy bucket on the left block for Cooper Twilliger. The Govs are back up by 9, 49-40. With 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. Heinert, left side, a 3 ball is up. It is short. That coming from Carter Williams, and Twilliger will grab the rebound. Olson up ahead for Zabel on the left wing. That pass is tipped by Heinert and out of play. And we get a whistle with 1:56 to go here in the third quarter.
And Sturgis, if they're gonna win this ball game, they've got to play through Ryan Heinert, and they're doing so right now. They're putting the ball in his hand.
Easy catch and score for Cooper Twilliger. The Scoopers lost the 6'5" freshman. Not sure how you can lose Cooper Twilliger, but the Sturgis Scoopers did, as Heiner will pull up for an NBA range 3, missed the shot again, and the Governors, who have an 11-point lead, are starting to run things here with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. As Zabel gets a screen from Olson. All the way around, a little finger roll, missed the shot, and the rebound, a foul committed by Luke Olson. And that'll be Olson's second. And a inbound opportunity for Sturgis. They'll get the ball back as Miles Doyle will check in for Luke Olson. But an 11-point lead with 1:28 to go here in the third quarter. Blake, this was at one point a 12-point lead for Sturgis in the second quarter, and now it's closing in the third. The Governors have a double-digit lead.
Yeah, those shots that were falling for the Scoopers in the first quarter mostly are not falling right now, as we've seen as that ball went out of bounds, and is going to be a Pierre basketball here with 1:14 to go. Since that first quarter, the Scoopers scored 9 in the second quarter, and so far have only scored 4 in the third.
It's inbound for Miles Doyle. Kouser will get it back. Dawson gets an easy job by the Governors and a quick job by the Governors to beat the press of Sturgis. So here is Doyle to the right side for Sun and Shine. He's looking to make the pass. He'll find Getz. He will drive left side in the corner for Doyle. Miles Doyle will drive in. His shot rejected from the baseline. And he goes out of play with 53 seconds remaining in the quarter and 15 to go on the shot clock. Getz will inbound on the right baseline here for the Governors. Lobs it out top for Twilliger. Ball is knocked around. It will be punched back to Ferguson. 2-on-1 Ferguson. He had lost the ball, but it will be a foul committed by the Governors. And I believe it might be on, will it be on Twilliger or Kouser?
I think it was Kouser coming from the backside.
They're going to get Twilliger, though, on the call, which is better for the Governors because that's just his first foul, considering Kouser has 2 so far. Not in foul danger, but better to have that those 2 fouls stay at 2 fouls, as Ferguson will miss the first free throw. And as like Blake said, only 4 points so far for Sturgis in this third quarter. They had 27 at the end of the first quarter. They've scored just 13 since then. The second free throw will finally fall for Ferguson. The lead is cut to 10 with 45 to go here in the quarter. Dawson Getz across midcourt, had a double team. Miles Doyle will catch the pass from Getz. 35 to go here in the third. Doyle will drive left side, banks it off the glass, and Miles Doyle is on the score sheet. Governors are up by 12 with 25 to go. It is Petracco driving in. High off the glass, misses shot. Kouser grabs the rebound with 20 seconds remaining. Shot clock is turned off. Governors can hold for the final shot and for sure take a double-digit lead to the fourth quarter. Kouser gets the screen from Terwilliger. He'll drive all the way in. Tough shot off the left side of the iron. Rebounds grabbed by Sturgis. Ferguson nearly get the ball back to Getz, and we get a whistle and a travel call against Dawson Getz with .4 to go. And a turnover by the Governors. And it's a catch and shoot right now for Sturgis.
Yeah, and I think that was fortunate for Getz to get the turnover rather than the foul there.
And they will not catch and shoot, they'll just catch. And the third quarter comes to an end. Pierre leads at 53-41, outscoring Sturgis 20-5 in that third quarter to take a 12-point lead in the fourth. Back in a minute with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball at KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
So we had the fourth quarter. Pierre Governors have a 53-41 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. With Jackson Youngworth back at the station, Blake Dean, John Winkler here on this Friday evening. We've got basketball again for you tomorrow afternoon. Coverage will start at 1:30 and tip off at 2 o'clock between Pierre and Spearfish. And then also tomorrow night we'll have Hawaii Capitals hockey from Sioux Falls. It'll be a 9:15 puck drop. That is past bedtime for me, but we'll have that game on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Luke Olson coming out of the third quarter timeout in the fourth quarter. Luke Olson buries his first three, and that is just the second three of the ball game by the Governors. They lead it by 15 now. Backdoor feed underneath the baskets is going to be for Carter Williams to score his second field goal. And Sturgis has scored just 14 points after a 27-point first quarter. And now they're down by 13 with 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Luke Olson, right side, Bus will catch his three. That rolls off. Rebound is tipped again. Olson finally grabs the ball, knocked out of his hands and out of play. And a inbound for the Governors on the left baseline.
That's one of the things you got to admire about Luke Olson, John, is he's not the biggest guy on the floor. He's never going to be the biggest guy on the floor, but he can track down an offensive rebound like nobody's business.
Now here's Dawson Getz on the left side. Screen from Zabel. Couldn't get it to him. It's a foot on the line. Shot missed by Getz. Rebound by Zabel. The putback is good for Jet Zabel. 58-43. Zabel's got 19 tonight. We've seen our first 20-point scorer of the year for the Governors. Heinert steps into a three. They needed that one. Heinert didn't score at all in that third quarter. He's got 19 now, 58-46. He had 12 of his 16 points through three quarters in the first, and he finally gets a triple to go since that first quarter. Here is Olson to drive right side. Inside the paint, couple of different fakes, and his shot finally goes too strong off the glass, didn't even hit the rim, and the rebound is grabbed by Sturgis. Heinert, he's looking to try and get hot here in the fourth quarter. He'll spin, finally finds backdoor. They left him alone that time for Williams. The shot was missed, and Zabel grabs the rebound over the top of Williams. Not over the back, but just over the top of him. That's a huge miss for Sturgis. That's a a bunny, a gimme, whatever you want to call it. That one was one that he might have a nightmare about. Olsen, top of the key for Kouser. He'll head fake, kicks it left side for Ty and Bus. Back out top for Dawson Getz. Down the left wing for, make that left elbow for Olsen. Back out for Bus with 8 to go on the shot clock. Bus pull up for 3, missed it. Zabel gets the rebound. Shot clock didn't reset. Olsen for 3, knocks it down. 61-46, Luke Olsen. He's got 19 now.
If Luke Olsen can start knocking down threes at a consistent rate, that's another weapon for the Governors later on in the year.
Heiner gets the separation with the little bit of a shove, but missed the shot anyway from the free throw line. And now the Governors have 2 19-point scorers, Olsen and Zabel. We get a timeout taken. Coach Brandon Kouser will take it with 5:19 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors lead it by 15, 61-46. We will step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
5:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors lead 61-46 in the American Family Insurance Printing Shuffle by and scoreboard. Jackson Youngworth back at the station. Blake Dean, John Winkler on this Friday night. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Sturgis led 27-18 after the end of the first quarter. They led 36-33 at the end of 2 quarters. They're down 53-41 after 3 quarters. They have not even scored 20 points since the end of the first quarter, where they scored 27 in the first 8 minutes. We've played almost 20 minutes since then, and they still have not scored 20 points after all that.
Yeah, and a lot of that, I think you can look at it 2 ways. Governor defense has been fantastic after that first quarter, but I think the other side of that coin is, the shots that were falling for the Scoopers in that first quarter just have not been falling for them here on out.
Backdoor feed for Dawson Getz, missed the shots, and a rebound, a foul committed by Zabel on the rebound. Getz tried to throw it up there in a little bit of a prayer from underneath the basket. Maybe trying to draw contact as well, and then Zabel fouled on the rebound. His second foul, and the first team foul of this fourth quarter from either side with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Heinert left side here for Sturgis. He gets trapped in the baseline. He'll throw it all the way back out. The ball is tipped, and before it went into backcourt, it was saved by DeShock, and now a 3 from Ferguson. That would have been a huge shot to make, but a rebound will grabbed by Jet Zabel. Leaves it up on the left side for Dawson Getz. Leaves it now for Luke Olsen. Back out for Ty and Bus. Governors with their smaller package out there right now with Sawyer Sunshine, Olsen, and Ty and Bus. All under 6 feet tall as Bus will catch it right side. Good pump fake, and then he drives. A blocking foul committed. And Ty and Bus will go to the free throw line, who's got so far just 2, make that 4 points tonight. For the first time to the free throw line here this evening. And the foul committed by Ty Ferguson, his 3rd foul, and Bus to the free throw line.
Yeah, big opportunity here for Ty and Bus as he knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming he would have been a weapon on this young Sturgis team, being the lone senior had he still played for the Scoopers this year. Would have brought a lot of veteran leadership and, just the toughness that he played with on the football field, he would bring to the basketball court as well as he knocks down another free throw. Glad to have him in green and white, though, as he knocks down both.
Governors are 22 of 25 from the free throw line here this evening. Jackson Cano lost the ball underneath. Luke Olsen with the steal. He got Cano up in the air on the fake pass. Now he'll step into a 3. Olsen, that'll be an air ball. Might have been tipped. It was not. It isn't just an air ball. And it will be a turnover by the Governors, or Sturgis will take over off the missed shot. With 4:08 to go, Olsen will check out. So the Governors, a big reason why they've got a 17-point lead right now, as a 3 is up from DeShack. That's an air ball and a rebound grab by Terwilliger. They're 22 of 25 from the free throw line. That is an insane mark for even the best free throw shooting team, a best basketball team, to go 22 of 25 is unreal, as Kouser will hit a bucket on the left baseline, drops in, and Kouser now with 6 points this evening, giving the Govs a 19-point lead. This will be out right side, a 3-ball for Petracco that's buried. He's got 9 now, and the lead is cut to 16. I was just about ready to say, you can almost take all those free throws away and the Governors will still have the lead, but their big lead is thanks to their hot shooting for the free throw line.
Yeah, like we talked about at the first half, I think that, you know, if you take away 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 free throws now for the Govs, this is a lot tighter ball game.
As Kate Kouser will throw it left side. Sonnenschein missed a shot, and he got his own offensive board. And when he boxed him out, and the rebound came right back to him. Now backdoor feed for Terwilliger, who fumbled the ball at first, got the handle of it, and the 6'5" frame is able to get 10 points tonight as he's able to lay it up at the glass. 2:45 to go. Petracco for another 3. That's missed, and the Governors get the rebound up by 18 with 2:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors are on their way to a 2-1 start. They're going to look for a weekend sweep against Spearfish tomorrow afternoon with a 2 o'clock tip-off. Zabel will drive left side. He knocks his man down, got the rebound off the missed shot. The putback is going to be good, and there's 21 points tonight for Jet Zabel. 69-49, a 20-point lead for the Governors with 2:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Heinert for a long 3. That's buried by Ryan Heinert, as he's now up to 22 points. He's got a game high. So it's going to be all for naught for Ryan Heinert and the Sturgis Scooper team, as Ty and Buss will drive on the baseline. Sawyer Sonnenschein will leave it back for Kate Kouser. A 17-point lead here for the Governors. As Kouser drives baseline, left him wide open, he'll lay it in. Brandon Kouser will take a timeout, as Kate Kouser now, let's see, to make that for Kouser, 8 points for him. Governors are in the midst of making a couple of subs. We'll tell you about all those guys here in just a second. It was 71-52 with 1:46 to go in the fourth quarter. And again, Blake, you know, if you're Sturgis, it's going to feel weird to walk away at a 19-point loss right now and think, hey, our squad's going to be pretty good. If we can shoot like we did in the first half and carry in the second half, if we play like that game in and game out, Sturgis is going to be a pretty dangerous team.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is, you know, stringing it together and making it consistent, because if they're able to put together a full game like they did in the first quarter, they're going to be a team that's going to surprise a lot of people. And I think probably the one kid that'll surprise most teams is going to be the junior forward in Ryan Heinert, because, you know, they played through him all night. He's knocked down some threes from distance. I mean, we talked about the one in the first quarter from Fort Pierre between half court and the 3-point line. But the biggest thing is, I think we'll see this team probably be dangerous if they're able to make what they did in the first quarter, put that together for a complete game.
The 1:45 to go, coming the timeout. So the Governors have a fresh 5 on the courts, as it is number 2 here, Talton Ortlieb, that will throw to the right side for number 42, but it'll have his number on the program here for the Sturgis Scoopers. But they got 1:25 left to go. J.J. Buckles on the court for the Governors, as well as Miles Doyle as he defends right now. The shot goes up, a foul committed. The shot is good, and it is 71-54. That was Ortlieb to make the shot, so he'll go to the free throw line, and the foul committed will be by J.J. Buckles. For the Governors as well, and we also have sub coming in, and Bennett Swartos will check in for Miles Doyle. Have also out there Hakan Nassen and number 12, or maybe that number 13, and Eladio Simental that will check in, as he'll drive all the way to the bucket, missed the shot, missed the layup as it was partially blocked. And it's 71-55. The free throw was good by Ortlieb. As we're closing in the final minute, missed shot by Sturgis, rebound, another foul committed by the Governors with 1:01 to go. So the Governors, who were down by double digits in the second quarter, Foul committed by Nassen. They were down by double digits in the second quarter. Have a 16-point lead here in the fourth quarter. 71-55. The lead got all the way up to 20 here in this fourth quarter. It was a 32-point swing from Sturgis's highest lead, largest lead, to the Governor's largest lead, a 32-point swing. That is a wild swing in a high school basketball game. As the Governors, Swartzos will leave it for Nassen. And now on the left side, Simmental. Back for Swartzos for three. That one's missed off the back iron. The rebound's grabbed by Sturgis. And that will just about do it. They will have to have one more shot in this fourth quarter as the Scoopers will take up three. Ortlieb will knock down another three to put the Scoopers within 12, but the Governors don't have to take another shot here with 17 seconds to go. This will be the Governors will have their Meet the Govs nights. Chance for the kids to have the posters signed, everything signed by these players, as there's a shot towards the end by Nassen that will go in, and the Governors will win it 73-59 over the Sturgis Scoopers. So a 14-point win for the Governors to go to 2-1 on the season, and we've got the postgame show coming up next. Back in 2 minutes with the postgame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back into the post-game show, the Pierre Governors knock off the Sturgis Scoopers 73-59 on this Friday evening. With Jackson Youngworth back at the station, Blake Dean and John Wickler here in the post-game show. Pierre Governors, they were down by 12 in the second quarter. They were down 27-18 at the end of the first quarter. A 9-point lead for Sturgis. Largest lead for Sturgis was 12. They led by 3 at halftime to the Scoopers, 36-33. Then the Governors outscored the Scoopers 20-5 in the third quarter to go up 53-41, and then outscoring Sturgis again 20-18 in the fourth quarter and win it 73-59, as we'll talk with Brianna Kouser here in just a moment in the post-game show, as the Govs were led in scoring by Jed Zabel, who had 21 points, 19 for Luke Olson, as we'll give the microphone handed off here, and we'll talk with We'll talk here with Coach Brianna Kouser. And Coach, first off, that great win to go to 2-1, hard-fought win. There's a lot of good and a lot of nervousness in that first quarter and going into throughout this ball game.
Yeah. Overall, I felt like the way that there was a lot of chaos in that first quarter. Giving up 27 points is not something that, when our identity is supposed to be found on the defensive end of things, that's not a very good look. Them averaging or on pace to go over 100. For them to finish at 59 is pretty solid. And I thought overall, there was a lot of commotion going on. The way that we settled in, but we didn't settle ourselves was really good. And I mean that we got really good looks offensively. We weren't just settling for the first look that we got. You saw that attack mentality. We went to the line plenty tonight, which was really good. Early on, we were knocking down a lot of good looks and our free throws as well, which was awesome. We went on a little bit of a stretch where we didn't hit them as well, but we want to be making more free throws than the other team shoots, and we certainly did that tonight. I think.
Yes, very much so.
Okay. I think we just the biggest difference in the game was our physicality, and that starts on the defensive end. The way that we got back into the game was largely because of our defense. And you have kids that come off the bench for us that, like Sawyer Sunshine, was a big difference maker for us tonight. He just has a way. He's in the best way possible. He's a pest, and as an offensive person, you don't want to be defended by him, because it doesn't matter if you're bigger than him. He is going to make things very difficult for you. And overall, I just felt like our team defense was pretty solid. With better rotation from a help side as well.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was going to ask you, Coach, was that stretch in the second and third quarter. I think they scored a total of 14 points in the second, third quarter. Was that, how much of that do you attribute to the defensive effort of the kids versus the shots that were falling for the first quarter for Sturgis just weren't falling in that second and third?
Offensively, a lot of things go as your momentum is. They were offensively and defensively, I should say. It's a package deal, and I felt like when we started amping things up defensively, them offensively weren't getting the looks that they wanted. Then all of a sudden, in turn, their defensive effort wasn't as good, meaning Sturgis's defensive effort wasn't as solid. And that for us is something that's really big, dictating what they're doing offensively. And then they kind of shut down for a little bit defensively, and we were able to get some solid looks, but also I think, credit our guys' ability to an intentional demand of ball reversals and just getting what we didn't stray away from what was working, and that was our posts inside, the good driving attacks with the lanes. They have to pressure us on the perimeter because of the shooters that we have. Overall, I felt like we attacked their gaps very, very well and forced them to open up, have to defend us going downhill, and I like our matchup doing that.
Well, you mentioned about the free throws, that you want to make more than the other team who shoots. You went 22 and 25 in the free throw line, specifically 14 of 15 in the first quarter. In a game where you had, in that first quarter, had just 2 made field goals, you're down by 9. How important was it that you shot so well from the free throw line? Because it could have been a 20-point game at the end of the first quarter, the way they were shooting it, and the way you guys just had to go to the free throw line all the time.
Well, thank goodness for the rule change of going to the line for a double bonus. I'll be honest, I played with it in college for 2 years, and I never really felt like it influenced the game as much. And I think as we progress with the season, you're going to see teams aren't fouling as much as people are right now. Everybody's kind of getting into the swing swing of things. But, for us, it was a positive because we did keep that attack mentality. We were shooting double bonus right away early in that first quarter and getting those 2 shots, knocking down, 22 of 25, we're going to take that any night. In talking to their coach after the game, we won the physical side of it. And that's something that these boys really pride themselves in. They're strong. They put in the time in the weight room. That just doesn't come naturally. Part of it is absolutely natural athleticism, but the other work is done in the weight room, and then obviously what they're doing in practice as well. And they are just committed. We saw it last weekend, and we saw it again tonight. This team's gonna fight, and there's no quarter, no game, nothing that they're out of. And certainly they proved that after the chaos of the first quarter there. And, I applaud them for keeping their composure, because it would have been very easy to just let all of that get to them. And I think that shows the maturity of them, and just we've got really good leaders out there that are calming things down when we need it to be. And overall, I'm just really proud of the effort from the start to the finish. There was never a lapse in effort. It was certainly especially on that defensive side of things. I love it. Defense, rebounding, and free throws. Dang, I love that basketball.
And that was one of the things I was going to ask you about too, Coach. Was you highlighted Sawyer Sunshine, what a pest he was. Couple of possessions there. I think it was in the second or third quarter where he really flipped the game on the defensive end, causing a couple turnovers. He had a 3 to end late in the second quarter as well. His defensive effort was fantastic. The one that stuck out to me too was the effort of Cade Kouser. He really taken, once picking up the 2 early fouls against Heinert, and that was when he really started to get going in that first quarter. But once Cade was back on the floor, it was pretty apparent that Sturgis was wanting to go to Heinert early, and they were going to play through him. But Cade really kind of took that once he came back in the game and dictated the effort, or dictated everything defensively from there. Obviously we talked about the defense as a whole collectively, but that matchup specifically, what did you like in that, regarding that matchup that necessitated the putting Cade on Heinert there?
When they're returning 2 guys that have significant varsity experience, and this is their first game of the season, we really wanted to force some of their other guys to step up. And I think early on, we knew Heinert was going to hit some shots. Holy cow! I don't even know if he was past the green center circle when he made that one shot. He's a great player. He elevates. He releases high, so he's a tough to defend. But Cade did a really good job on him. Jet Zabel stepped up a ton, and that's something that both of those kids, they just kind of have a no quit attitude, and they don't really care what their assignment is. It's they're going to step up and rise to that occasion. And I think both of them switching on at times when Cade was in foul trouble, Jet Zabel really stepped up, and that's something that having him out last season was tough on us, because that toughness element, while we had a lot of quality kids and tough kids, there's nothing like a Zabel kid out there. And he's just a tough-nosed kid who creates opportunities because of how hard he works, and just the way that it energizes everybody as well. You get a kid who's working his butt off for you. Both Cade, Jet, all of those guys out there, frankly, you want to play hard for one another when you've got a kid that's working that hard. So, I think going into it, our game plan was to try and take Heinert away as much as possible. I know he had quite a few he had quite a few solid scores early on, and then it felt like we did a good job of shutting him down and forcing other people to have to create. So I'm really proud of the effort overall, and just that collective effort on the defensive end that resulted in some really good offense, and then being able to settle in and recognizing time and score, being able to get the offense that we wanted and not rush anything down the stretch. That was really solid.
Well, we'll get you out of here on this one. Spearfish comes in tomorrow afternoon. What do you expect from them? Now that you got to win here tonight, what do you expect from them going into tomorrow?
They have a few kids that are returning, very similar to Sturgis as far as their experience is concerned. they've played one game against Bellefouche, and it was pretty much a blowout. Tonight we'll be able to watch them against Aberdeen and take a good look at what they have. They've got the Hamilton kid that's returning. He's a solid athlete. Really likes that right attack, and but he can score in a lot of different ways. We're going to have to really do our job and shut him down, and then force again kind of some other kids to step up. But overall, our rotation defensively tonight, it was very encouraging as a coach that and then being able to clear the glass. I don't know what the rebounding differential was, but I felt like we were pretty solid on the glass as well, not giving them second, third chance opportunities.
Well, Coach, hey, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win, and we'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon for the pregame show.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That is head coach Brandon Kouser of the victorious Pierre Governors as they win at 73-59 here tonight. As we'll go through some of the totals as the Govs get 21 points from Jed Zabel, who has the team high 21 points, 19 for Luke Olson, 8 for Cade Kouser, 10 for Cooper Twilliger, 3 guys in double figures. Kouser was a bucket away from joining them, 6 for Ty and Buss, and then 3 from Sawyer Sunshine, 2 apiece for Dawson Getz, Miles Doyle, and Hakan Nassen as the Governors pick up the 73-59 win. On the scoring side for the Sturgis Scoopers, 22 points for Ryan Heinrich to lead all scorers, 9 for Ty Petracco, 6 apiece for Telgen Wormstad and Talton Ortlieb, and then 5 for Dalen DeShock, 4 for Ty Ferguson. Governors shot 22 of 25 in the free throw line. Sturgis shot 9 of 14 from the free throw line. They combined for 24 free throws in the first quarter. They finished with 39 in total. 15 free throws the rest of the way between those two teams. And Blake, like we mentioned too when we talked with Coach Kouser, that if the Governors make only half of the free throws that they did, if they go 7 of 15 for the free throw line instead of 14 of 15, that's 27-11. That's a 16-point lead at the end of the first quarter. You're probably down. You're down by probably 22 points at some point in the second quarter. That's probably a difference in the ball game. The Governors making those free throws. Obviously, you want to make those free throws, but a lot of teams usually don't go 14 to 15, regardless of how good they are. They don't go 14 to 15, and that was a huge spot for the Governors, and it turns out to be a huge difference in this win that they end up winning by 14.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference in the ball game, John. It was, keeping things afloat in that first quarter when Sturgis was hitting everything that they threw up. Like you said, 14 of 15, really in a game, let alone a half, was fantastic, and that was the thing that kept the Govs afloat. In that first half was the free throws, and because they were able to hit their free throws and keep the game manageable and close, they really pulled away in the second half once the offense kind of got rolling there. And the defensive effort that Coach Kouser talked about in that second and third quarter was really the difference in the ball game, because when you can hold a team through 16 minutes of play to 14 total points, I mean, that's going to be the difference in any ball game that you play. And the Govs did a fantastic job of that tonight. They end with 73 points. They score 40 points in the second half to Sturgis's 23. They outscore the Scoopers in that second half, which was the difference in the ball game. The big thing tonight, the big takeaway is this is going to be a gritty and resilient basketball team this year, because not only are they going to find ways to win a ball game, when the shots aren't necessarily falling and things aren't going their way like they did in that first quarter, they're not going to quit. They didn't quit, and they ramped up the defensive pressure in the second and third quarter, and they really padded that lead in the third. A 15-point differential in the third quarter, 20-5. That was the big swing in the ball game, because Sturgis was up 3 at the half, and then the Govs all of a sudden are up 12 going into the fourth quarter. So big effort defensively in that middle chunk of the ball game there for the Govs, and that was the difference in the ball game tonight, on top of the fact that they made their free throws as well.
They've won back-to-back games now. They take on Spearfish tomorrow afternoon. Coverage will start at 1:30 and tip off at 2 o'clock here at Riggs High School. Blake and I will be back on the air for that ball game tomorrow afternoon between Pierre and Spearfish, as the Spartans will be in town there in Aberdeen Central tonight. And then we'll be here for the game tomorrow. Of course, DT Meyer, who is out in Harriet right now, the Harriet-Selby area, hosting the Soleil Beach Charger girls. He'll be on the air on Country 95.3 tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock with a 1:15 tip-off scheduled around there between Soleil Beach boys and the Winter boys up in Oneida. And then, of course, as I mentioned, too, Pierre Spearfish will be on the air tomorrow night around 8:45 on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, as the Hawaii Capitals will be traveling to Sioux Falls to take on Sioux Falls East. It's a 9:15 puck drop. I mentioned that's past my bedtime, but we'll still have the game on Capital City Rock. And then the Capitals will play the Brandon Valley Ice Cats on Sunday at the Denny Sanford Premier Center with a 3:30 puck drop. We'll also have that game on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. So, Blake, as we wrap things up here tonight, your final thoughts on the Governors' win to improve them to 2-1.
Yeah, like we talked about, defense and free throws were the keys tonight for the Govs. Big time defensive effort in the middle half of the basketball game, second and third quarter. Holding a team to 14 points is gonna get you a win most nights, and it certainly did tonight for the Govs. They were able to weather the storm in that first quarter. They really out-physicaled the Scoopers after that first quarter of play. Like Coach Kouser said, it really helps to have kids like Jet Zabel, Cade Kouser, Tyan Buss. You could look up and down the line. Cooper Terwilliger as well. Even though he's a freshman, he's 6'5", and he's a really well-developed freshman. So you got those four on top of the crafty play of Luke Olson at the guard position. Dawson Getz can shoot the lights out. He didn't necessarily show that tonight, but he gets hot and he can hit it from just about anywhere. And then you've got, I think one of the kids to watch as well is going to be Sawyer Sunshine, because he flashed tonight. He made a couple of plays on the defensive end. He knocked down a big three. He's going to be a key piece to go to for this Governor team. And really, the biggest thing to take away, John, is this Governor team is different in the fact that, Jet Zabel was leading scorer tonight. Obviously, he's been the leading scorer in 2 of the 3 ball games thus far. But it isn't always going to be Jet Zabel necessarily. Kind of like it was, we could count on like a Lincoln Keenholz and Jackson Edmond last year to be the 2 leading scorers most nights. It may not always be Jet Zabel every night, or Luke Olson every night, or you've got Cade Kouser, who was the leading scorer one night. You have Dawson Getz, who was tied for the lead out in Rapid one night. A lot more balance to this team. They can beat you. They can beat you multiple ways, and I think that if they can put things together, they'll be a dangerous team come the rest of the season and towards the end of the year. Because if they can put forth a defensive effort consistently, like they did in the middle half of this basketball game, most nights against most teams, it's going to be a fun season.
Well, the Governors are 2-1 right now. They will take on Spearfish tomorrow afternoon with 1:30 coverage, 2 o'clock tip-off between Pierre and Spearfish. I want to mention, too, that, again, Luke Olson had 19 points. He hit, I believe, it would have been about 11 of 12 on the free throw line with his 19 points. And he is our player of the game for the evening, as the Govs are now 2-1 this season. He'll receive a T-shirt, player of the game T-shirt from us here on KCCR. I want to say thanks to Jackson Youngworth back at the station. Blake Dean, John Wickler here as we sign off tonight. We'll be back on the air at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon with a 2 o'clock tip-off between Pierre and Spearfish. Final score, once again, the Governors are on back-to-back wins now as they pick up a win over the Sturgis Scoopers. They win 73-59 as we say so long from Riggs High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is sponsored by Rising Hope Counseling, Bank West, Fisher Rounds, Billion Auto, AGE, Envirotech, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, CHS River Plains, Wheelhouse Auto Body, Edward Jones Financial, Allied Plumbing and Heating, Farting Electric, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, Faith Lutheran, Lamb Motors, Shane's Pharmacy, B&B Equipment, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Todd's Electric, Graham Tire, Avera, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota.